Hey guys, I really wanted to do an update for the Park City real estate market in January of 2024. And I've definitely noticed some significant shifts and some trends that you're going to want to know about. The first one is that I have a very optimistic look for sellers. I think that 2024 is going to be the year to list your property. Interest rates have already eased a little bit and they've come down notably, which has made homes that have been sitting for a very long time start to pend. The second that January hit around, it was like my email was like pending, 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 pending. I think that almost every single home is going to pend in January. And I think this is going to be one of the busiest Januaries that we've actually ever had. So as a seller, you've got low interest rates on your side, lower interest rates, not 3% interest rates like 2020, but you've got lower interest rates. They're not 7%, they're not 8%, which means that it's opening up the doors for more potential buyers to be able to afford your property. Plus, you have less competition simply because we have less inventory. And now you have a broader range of buyers that are able to potentially afford your property. So going into 2024, I think this is going to be an excellent year to list your property for sale. I think this market in 2024 is going to have mixed implications for buyers. I think there is good news and there's bad news. The good news is, yes, the interest rates have come down, making it easier for you to get into that property that you've been sidelined on, that you've been trying to get into forever. However, there have also been 50 other people trying to get into the same property. So there's definitely going to be a lot more competition. So you as a buyer need to be prepared for multiple offer situations again. Because if homes are priced right and they're in a desirable location, they are already receiving multiple offers. So I think you as a buyer need to be really, really prepared for 2024 as a competitive environment, and multiple offer situations are going to become a very common scenario. I think we're going to have a lot of similarities to the 2020 real estate market. I don't think it's going to be exactly the same, but I think we're going to have some definite similarities. You also have to remember that about half the transactions that happen in Park City are all cash buyers. Park City really has a dynamic market. Properties that were previously staying stagnant for a very long time are now starting to sell with the drop in interest rates. And new properties that are getting listed are actually going under contract very rapidly. Let's take Pinoche Village, for example. This is a brand new development that is over by the Jordanelle side, the new Mayflower development that's part of Deer Valley. It's right next to the Jordanelle gondola. This is a part of Extel's development. There are 2 apartment buildings that are for lease only. So these are studio apartment buildings and 1-bedroom apartments. They came online. There was a slew of properties that came online after Christmas. Remember, 2 of these buildings are lease only, and 1 building is going to have units for sale. So a slew of these properties came online after Christmas. They were listed from $400K to $700K. 15 of them were pending and closed within 2 days of being listed to all cash buyers with no due diligence. So location's going to play into a big part when you're buying something, and price as well. So as a buyer, you really need to do your research and your due diligence on the areas and be ready to act fast so that you don't miss opportunity to get a good property when it comes to the market. For the people who still think that the market is going to crash and that we're going to have a housing bubble and we have a housing crisis, I like to remind people that Park City is not the same as the rest of the state of Utah. It's also not the same as anywhere in the country. We are a ski town, we're resort town real estate. This is a very affluent community, and it's a very desirable place to live. Kind of like to remind people that, like, hey, the last 2 years, that was really Park City's slowdown. Like the 7% interest rates, the 8% interest rates, that really was our recession. That was kind of like our crash. So congratulations to you if you took advantage of the market in the last 2 years and capitalized on buying a property in Park City, and double high five if you partnered with me to help you buy that property, because your timing couldn't have been better. The longer that you wait to buy property in Park City, the more you're going to pay. So I think going forward in 2024, having success in this market is ultimately going to require very strategic moves. It's going to require very strategic thinking, and you're going to have a well-prepared offer, and it's going to need to be very, very clean. Here is my predictions for January's. I think that every home in January is going to go pending. I've already seen it in my inbox. It's like pending, 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 new email, pending, 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 right? Because we have low inventory and we have low interest rates. And everybody who's been wanting to get into this market, they're like, now I can do it because the interest rates are not 8% anymore. Cash is always king here. And if you're a cash buyer, you always have the upper hand. I always recommend buying or selling real estate when it works for you, when it's the right time in your life. You can't ever time the market perfectly. Hey, what's up? My name is Nicole Bowdle. I am a 37-year local resident of Park City. Yes, no, I don't live in Heber. No, I don't live in Salt Lake. I live right here in Park City. Canyons Village is my backyard. I went to high school. I went to elementary school here. I went to preschool here. I'm a local real estate agent. If you have questions about buying a property in Park City or selling your property in Park City and you would like to reach out to me, my information is always dropped down in the description link down below.